good evening everyone. Online, is my voice is audible to you all? You confirm in chat box once, as well as screen clear for all of you. Yes, so actually in last class, what we have discussed about the servers, right? So anybody has any doubts from the last class? Yeah, so any doubts from the last class, guys? So actually we have discussed about the server. So let me recap one more time for you. So what is meant by application? What is meant by application?
Group of services together called application.
Of services together called application. Great, super. So actually, where our application will store? Where our application will get stored? At the end, it is going to be in the server, right?
Server,
Now,
yes, sir.
now what is meant by server?
Which provide we need of the end user.
Which provides the need of end user. Great. So totally, how many types of servers we are having?
3 types of servers.
What are they?
Web server, app server, database server.
Database server. So what is meant by web server here?
Which provides the UI part of application.
What work on web server?
So,
UI, UX,
Why UXT? Which type of technologies they will use?
CSS, HTML, Java, React, Angular.
Great. So where our web server will present?
Presentation layer.
presentation.
So what is meant by app server?
Logical layer.
Where logical was present.
Where our logic was present. So who will work on app server?
Developing.
Developer.
So which type of technologies they will use?
Python,
Python.
Java, C, .NET.
Server. What we are having?
Sir?
Because I still consider soft.
Who will work on the database server?
Where our store information. DB team, sir.
DBT. So wherever information.
Sir, where our backend team.
SQL, MySQL, PostgreSQL, this type of technologies they will use. Clear now? So after
Sir.
this, we have talked about the architectures of servers. So totally, how many types of architectures we are having? Totally.
4 types.
4 types. Majorly?
3 types, sir.
3 types. What are they?
One tier application, 4 tier.
2 tier.
1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier. So in 1 tier architecture, totally how many servers will present?
One
server, sir.
We have to set the actual D page, but I'm inside of a data transform, and that's only in that data transform, I'm calling another data transform. So I'm just trying to figure out.
So sorry for the so totally in 1 tier architecture, present? Hello.
సార్ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది సార్ మీది.
So is it good now? Hello. Hello. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, in one tier total how many will present?
One layer, sir.
Yeah, one server. So nothing but wherever web server, app server, database server, all are present in single server. Nothing but
Yes.
one tier architecture.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So example for one tier architecture,
Laptop, sir.
laptop. So after one tier architecture, what we are having? We are having the two tier architecture. So
Two
example
tier.
for
It's just a data transform, so that's why I'm just trying
Phone,
to
sir.
figure out
Phone
how
and YouTube.
Phone and YouTube.
and so after two tier architecture, what we are having? Three tier architecture. So example for three
Yes.
tier architecture, again phone and YouTube, right?
Yes, sir.
Actually, we have discussed up to this in the last class, and also we have discussed about the introduction of Linux, right? Now, what is meant by OS?
Which provides the communication between user as well as server.
User as well as server or mission. So now, after this, we have talked about the Linux architecture, right? So in Linux architecture, we are having the first one was the hardware. Now, what is meant by hardware?
All information stored in hardware components.
Any external device that are connected to our laptop, those information will get stored on the hardware. Right. So after hardware, what we are having? We are having the kernel. Now, what is
Kernel. In communication between computer hardware as well as computer software.
after this? We are having the shell. Now, what is meant by shell? So after kernel, we are having the shell, right? Now, what is meant by shell?
Commands are executing nothing but shells.
Wherever command was executed. So after shell, we are having the applications where our applications was stored. That's great. So up to this, we have discussed in the last class. So now, if you want to create your own server, to launch your own server, you need to have a account in the cloud, right? So in market, majorly we are having three cloud providers. Who are they?
AWS, Azure, GCP.
AWS, Azure, as well as GCP. So if you want to create a server in the AWS, we need to be having an account in the AWS. If you want to create a server in Azure, we need to be having an account in the Azure as well as in GCP. So now, if you have anybody has credit card right now, so lively we are going to create the AWS account, which will charge only 2 rupees, guys. Anybody has credit card? So no problem. So we are going to create in upcoming classes. So meanwhile, you can use the Killer Coda website. So see here, just try to go to your Chrome and search for Killer Coda. So just try to take the first link. So now click on the playgrounds. So just try to take the Ubuntu 24.04. So now let's say this is my server. Okay, now so after creating the AWS accounts, we are going to create our servers lively. Okay, now so click on the maybe later. So let's say this is my server. Okay, now so in Linux, all are the commands, guys. Okay, so let's say if you want to create any file in the server, you want to create any file in the server, So the command will be touch. Is a command here to create a file? Touch. Touch and then file name. So let's say I'm going to create file name called AWS. So ultimately, this command is going to create AWS for me.
సీతంటి ప్లీజ్ ప్లీజ్ నాన్న ప్లీజ్ నాన్న ప్లీజ్ నాన్న
Just to
ప్లీజ్ నాన్న.
so now give the command called touch and then file name. Touch. I'm going to create AWS file. So then hit enter. Ultimately, we have created AWS file. Now I want to check whether my AWS file was created or not. How can I check? Means we are having the command called ls, nothing but list of files. You want to see the list of files? We are having ls. So then hit enter. So it was the default folder. Now what I have created the AWS file, right? So this is my AWS file. So clear for all of you how to create a file in the server.
మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేయండి.
Yeah, sure. So actually in the server, if you want to create any file, we are having the command called touch. What is the command here? Touch. And then file name. So actually I have given the file name as touch. I mean AWS, right? So totally it was created the AWS file. So if you want to create a file called Azure, so the command will be the same, touch and then file name as Azure. So touch Azure. Okay, na? So now see here. Touch Azure. So then, so ultimately we have created a file called Azure. So now give the ls here. We are having a file Azure. So clear for all of you how to create a file in the Linux. Clear for all of you. So now this is the way to create single file, but I want to create multiple files at a time. So how can we create means? So touch and then file name. So now I'm going to give as DevOps as well as TCS. So then hit enter. So ultimately we have created multiple files. So see here, if you want to see the list of files, so the command will be the ls. So I'm having here DevOps as well as TCS. So this is the way to create multiple files at a time. So now I want to create a series of files. So let's say I'm having the series called GCP. Okay, now. So I want to create GCP1, GCP2, GCP3, as well as GCP4. If you want to create a series of files, again the command will be the same, touch, and then series, GCP, open braces, 1 double dot range. So if you want to create 4 files, just try to give the 4. If you want to create 5 files, give the 5. That's it. It is going to create 5 files at a time. So now touch GCP 1 double dot 5. So ultimately this command is going to create 5 files at a time. So then hit enter. Now I am having GCP 5 files. So see here, if you want to see the list of files, then what is the command here?
ls.
So ultimately we have created GCP 5 files. So now we have seen how to create a single file. Okay, now. And also we have seen how to create multiple files. And also we have seen how to create series of files. Clear for all of you? up to now. So now I want to remove a file. I want to delete a file. So the command will be rm. What is the command here? Rm. And then file name. So I want to remove Azure file. Rm Azure. So then hit enter. Ultimately, I have removed Azure file. So if you want to see, use ls. So previously I am having the Azure file, but I am not having Azure file now. So this is the way to remove a single file. But I want to remove multiple files at a time. So the command will be rm and then AWS, okay, DevOps, TCS. So this command is going to remove 3 files at a time. My files was removed. So if you want to cross check it, we can check ls was removed, right? Now I want to remove these GCP files at a time. So the command will be GCP star. So here star is nothing but all. Star is nothing but all. So then hit enter. We have removed GCP files all at a time. If you want to cross check, we can ls. We are not having any files right. So up to now, clear for all of you? Online. Clear for all of you. You can unmute and
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
yes. Yeah. So let me ask you some questions. So what is the command to create a file?
LS, touch.
Touch is the, yeah.
Command.
Touch and then file name. So if you want to see the list of files, then what is the command?
LS.
in the sense,
LS.
so on the Sunday we deployed that I deployed.
If you want to remove a file, then what is the command?
RM.
RM.
rm. So rm is nothing but a remove. Okay. So now, so in Windows, generally we are going to call it as folders, right? Whereas in server, we are going to call it as directories. What we are going to call? Directories. So if you want to create a directory, so the command will be mkdir, nothing but make directory. What is it? Make directory. So the directory name. So I'm going to give as Harsha. Harsha is the directory name. So then hit enter. So ultimately it was created. Now I want to check whether Harsha directory was created or not. Then how can I check? Means, so the command will be the same. ls. ls is used to see the list of files as well as list of folders in your server. Okay now. So then hit enter. Ultimately we are having Harsha directory here. This is the way to to create a single directory. But I want to create multiple directories at a time. So the command will be the same, guys. mkdir and then directory name. So I'm going to give as test. Okay now. And also TCS, DevOps. These all are my directories now. So then hit enter. My directories was created. Now I want to check whether my directories was created or not. How can I check?
LS.
ls. So ls is the command to see the list of files as well as list of directories. Okay now. So I want to create a series of directories. What is the command here now? Any random guess? Series of directories. AWS 1, AWS 2, AWS 3, AWS 4, as well as AWS 5. I want to create AWS 5 directories at a time.
Same like mkdir, then it's asterisk, like AWS and then asterisk.
1 double dot 5. So here you should give only 2 dots, guys. Okay, now other than this, it is not going to be work. If you give the 3 dots, it is not going to be work. If you give 1 dot, it is not going to be work. You should give only 2 dots. So then hit enter. Ultimately, we have created AWS 5 directories. So then cross check it. We are having AWS 5 directories. Clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now I want to remove a directory. I want to remove a directory. So the command will be rmdir. Rmdir. Remove directory. And then directory name as AWS1. So ultimately this command is going to remove AWS1 directory. So then hit enter. We have removed AWS1. If you want to cross check, you can give the ls here. We have removed. Now I want to remove all AWS directories at a time. What we are going to do now? rmdir.
AWS
AWS star.
Here star
star.
means
Remove all.
all. Great, super. So ultimately we have removed. So if you want to cross check, give the ls. We are not having any AWS directories. Now I want to create a file. Then what is the command here? What is the command to create a file?
Search.
Touch.
And then file name I'm going to give as like Harsha. The series of 10 I'm going to give. So then hit enter. We are having Harsha 10 files. Now also I'm going to create touch GCP 1.5. So ultimately it is going to create 5 GCP files. Now, irrespective of the files, irrespective of the folders, I want to remove all at a time. Okay, now, irrespective of the files, irrespective of the folders, I want to remove all at a time. So the command will be rm space -rm, nothing but remove recursive forcefully. So then star, here star is nothing but all. This command is going to remove all files, all folders at a time. So then hit enter. We have removed, right? So if you want to cross check, then how can you check? Totally we have removed, right?
So
Yeah, ls. What is the command here? Yes.
LS.
We are having no files here. Clear for all of you? So now, let's say we know, right, how to create a file. So totally we have created a file called AWS. That's AWS, right? Now I want to add the data in my AWS file. Means we can add by the VIM editor. What is the name of the editor here? VIM. So basically in the VIM editor, totally we are having 3 modes. How many modes? How many modes we are having?
3.
3 modes. So the first mode was the command mode. What is the first mode?
Command.
So the second mode was the insert mode. So the third mode was the save and quit mode. So in VIM editor, totally how many modes we are having?
3.
3 modes. What are they?
Command mode, insert mode.
Save and quit mode. Okay, na?
So last the sir.
Save and quit.
Perfect.
So now the default mode in the VIM editor, when you have opened any file with VIM editor, by defaultly you will be in command mode. Which mode you are be in? Command mode. Okay, now. So now see here, command mode, insert mode, save and quit mode. So now if I want to shift from command mode to the insert mode, we need to press on our keyboard was small I. Okay, na? Small I. Command mode to the insert mode. So ultimately you are going to shift from command mode to the insert mode. Again, if you want to shift from insert mode to the command mode, we need to press the escape button. Don't type the escape. We need to press the escape button. For the first button was the escape, right, in your keyboard. So just try to press the escape button. So ultimately you are going to shift from insert mode to the command mode. Clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now see here, I'm going to open AWS file with VIM editor. So VIM AWS, that's it. So then hit enter. So ultimately we are in VIM editor. Now, how can I get to know that whether I was in command mode or I was in insert mode? Means, so for the first time, I'm repeating again, for the first time, you will be see here your file name. At the bottom, you will be see here your file name. So basically, if you see your file name here, you will be in command mode. Only for the first time, guys. Okay, now. Now, what is the command to shift from command mode to the insert mode?
I, sir.
I.
Command mode to the insert mode. Small I. I need to be press. Okay, now. So I'm going to press small I in my laptop. Okay, now. So small I. Just a second. Yeah, small I. So when I have pressed the small I, ultimately I am getting here insert. So if you are seeing the insert here, you will be in insert mode. In which mode you are in now?
Insert mode.
Insert mode. If you want to add the data in your file, you should be in insert mode. The name itself contains insert, right? So when you are in insert mode, then only you can able to add the data in your file. So now totally I am in insert mode. Now I want to add the data here. So see here, say this is all about Linux. So totally I have added the data here. Now I want to save the data. So if you want to save the data, we are having some commands, nothing but save and exit commands. So if you want to perform the save and exit commands, again you should be in command mode. Okay, now. So if you are in insert mode, it is going to be insert the data. Whatever the commands you are going to give, you should be in command mode only. Now, totally I was in the insert mode. Now, what is the way to go to the command mode? What is the command to go to the
Escape. Escape.
escape? Super. What is the command here? Escape. So totally I press the escape button in my laptop. So then escape. Now, see here, totally I was in the command mode now. So how can I get to know that whether I was in command mode or insert mode?
Command mode.
You can see in the bottom.
Yeah, we are not seeing here insert any, right? So totally we are in the command mode. So now I want to save my data. If you want to save your data, so the command will be :W. What is the command here? :W is going to be save. So if you want to quit from the VIM editor, so the command will be :Q. Is going to be the quit. If you want to do both at a time, so the command will be :WQ, save and quit. So we are having the alternate command also, that's going to be the :X. So ultimately this X command is going to do both at a time, save and quit. Clear for all of you?
Sir, mali repeat.
Yeah. So totally we have added the data here, right? So
Yes,
if
sir.
you want to save your data, you can have some commands. So the first command is going to be :W. So :W. If you are giving the :W, ultimately it is going to be the save.
Save.
If you are giving :Q, it's going to be the quit. Okay, now. So if you are giving :WQ, it is going to be save and quit at a time. Okay now. And also we are having an alternate command called :x. Either you can give the :x or you can give the :wq. Both are the same, nothing but save and quit. Clear for all of you now?
Okay.
Yeah, so see here. So I'm going to give here :w. So ultimately, what is going to be happen?
Save.
Save, right? So then hit enter. So we have saved the data. Now I want to quit from the VAM editor.
Column Q.
Q. So then hit enter. So totally we have quitted from the VAM editor. Now I want to check whether my data was saved or not. How can I check? Means
Column WQ.
LS.
so :wq is going to be the save and quit editor. So totally we have quitted from the VAM editor. Now I want to check the data that are present in AWS. So if you want to read the data or if you want to check the data, so the command will be the cat. Cat is the command to see the content in content in file. Cat and then AWS. Yes. A second. Cat space file name AWS. So then hit enter. So ultimately we are having the data here. Clear for all of you? Now I want to create a file called Azure. Then what is the command here?
Touch file.
Touch and then file name Azure. Azure. So totally it was created. Now I want to check whether my file was created or not.
LS.
LS.
LS. Now I want to insert the data in my Azure file. What I need to
VAM Azure.
Small I.
VIM Azure.
Azure.
So then hit enter. So by default, in which mode I was in?
Command. CMD.
So how can I get to know that whether I was in command mode or insert mode?
At the top, bottom of the file, you can see insert. If it is insert.
Great. So I want to shift from command mode to the insert mode. Then what is the command here?
Small I.
Small I. So ultimately I was in the insert mode. Now I want to add the data here. So see here this is my Azure file. So totally I was added the data here. Now I want to save my data.
W.
:w. Ultimately it is going to save the data. But I want to save as well as quit at a time.
Column WQ.
:wq. And also we are having one alternate command, right? :x. So I'm going to give :x. So ultimately it is going to save your data and also you are going to quit from your VAM editor. So then hit enter. My data was saved. Now I want to cross check it whether my data was saved or not. Can I check?
Cat file name.
The file name. So we are having our data, right? So now see here. So totally how many files I am having here?
Two files.
Files. AWS as well as Azure. Now I want to open GCP file with VAM editor. This is going to be work or not? So ultimately it is going to be work because VAM editor
Create touch.
sorry.
We need to create the GCP, right? File.
Yeah, but VAM editor first it will check whether the GCP file is there or not. If it is there, it is going to be open. If it is not there, it is going to create one GCP file for you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So then hit enter. Now totally we are in the GCP file. So see here at the bottom you will get the file name GCP file, right? So totally in which mode we are in now?
CMD.
Which mode? Command mode, right? So now I want to shift from command mode to the insert mode. How can I shift?
I.
Column Q.
I small I.
All right, great. So totally we are in insert mode. So see here, this is all about Linux class. So this is my data. So now, if you want to copy a line, okay, now if you want to copy this line, first you need to go to the command mode again. If you are doing the commands in the insert mode, so ultimately it is going to be the insert guys. So let's say if you want to save the data, what we are going to use? We are going to use colon W, right? So if I am giving the colon W here, ultimately it is going to insert the data here. Whatever the commands you are going to be performed, you should be in command mode. Now, how can you shift from insert mode to the command mode again?
Escape.
Escape.
So ultimately we have shifted from insert mode to the command mode. Now you want to copy this data. If you want to copy a line, so the command will be by. Command will be by. So ultimately we have copied a line. If you want to paste, so the command will be the P. So ultimately I am going to press the P button. So it is going to be the paste. YY is the command to copy the single line. But if you want to copy the multiple lines, so if you want to copy 3 lines, so 3YY. So if you give the P, ultimately it's going to paste the 3 lines. Okay now. And clear for all of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is the command to copy 5 lines at a time?
Why?
Why? Sorry, not why. We need to give like we need to press 5 number.
P.
And 5. Okay now. Don't press why 5 times. 5 y. Okay now if you want to copy 3 lines, 3y. Okay now if you want to copy 2 lines, 2y. Play for all of you now. So what is the command to paste?
P.
P.
It is going to be the paste. So say here, I am going to the paste. Now, I want to delete a line. Okay now, if you want to delete a line, so the command will be dd. What is the command here? dd. So ultimately, let's say I am at the bottom of the line. So I'm going to press the dd. So ultimately this command is going to delete a line. Okay, dd. So if you want to delete 2 lines at a time, then what is the command here?
2D.
2dd. So if you want to delete 4 lines at a time, then what is the command here?
4DD.
4dd. Super. Okay now. Great. Now, if you want to set the number, if you want to set a number, so the command will be set number. What is the command here? Set number. So then hit enter. Play for all of you. How to set the numbers?
Yes.
Totally, I was in 18th line, right? Now, I want to go to the 4th line. If you want to go to the 4th line, just try to give the colon 4. That's it. Now you are at 4th line. If you want to go to the 13th line, colon 13. So at the bottom, you need to give colon 13. So then hit enter. Ultimately, we are in 13th line. Now I want to save the data. Then what is the command here? I want to save my data.
:W.
:W. I want to quit also at a time.
:W.
Column
U.
Colon. So then hit enter. Ultimately, we have saved our data. Now I want to check whether my data was saved or not. How can we check?
cat file name.
Cat and then file name. So then hit enter. We are having our data, right? So now, so far what we have discussed, I'm going to repeat it again. What is the command to create a file, guys?
Touch
Touch.
Touch
file name.
then file name. So I'm going to give as AWS. Now I want to check whether my file was created or not.
List ls.
LS. So ultimately we are having our AWS file. This is the way to create a single file, but I want to create multiple files at a time. Like I want to create Azure, GCP, as well as DevOps. Then what is the command here now?
Touch AWS GCP.
AWS DCP DevOps.
I want to create Azure. Okay, now Azure, GCP,
GCP DevOps.
DevOps.
maintain the space between them, guys. Okay, now ultimately this command is going to create GCP files. Now I want to check whether my files was created or not.
ls.
LS. Now I want to create series of files. So let's say I want to create TCS 1 up to TCS 10.
Touch TCS progress 1 dot
Touch
dot
1
to
dot
10.
dot 10. 1 dot.
So by mistake, if I have given 3 dots, what will happen, So ultimately this all it is going to be read as a file. So see here.
Low.
So it is going to be
Class
read
low
as
na
a
chapter.
touch TCS 1. I have given by mistakenly I have given 3 dots. So then 10. So then hit enter. Ultimately it is going to read as a file. Okay, now. So dot should be. Let's say if you have given 1 dot by mistake, so then hit enter, you will be having a file. Okay, now so touch TCS 1 double dot 10. Close the brace now. We are having 10. Now I want to remove all files at a time.
RM.
RM
RM
minus
as
RM hyphen RF
R.
star.
So then hit enter. We have removed all files at a time. So if you want to cross check, you can. Now I want to create a directory. Then what is the
mkdir
MKDIR.
directory name.
directory name? I'm going to give as like test. So then hit enter. We have created
LS.
directory. Now how can LS? Now I want to remove my directory.
RM
RMDIR.
dir
DIR. Now what is meant by DIR?
Directory.
directory.
K means make a directory. Okay, now RM means remove directory. So then hit enter. We have removed our test directory. Now I'm having no files, right? I want to create a file with touch. Okay, now so wait a second. Touch. AWS. Now I want to add a data in my AWS file. How can you add?
VIM file.
VIM and then file name. So by the VIM editor, how many modes you are having?
3
How-
modes.
3 modes.
What are they?
Command mode, insert mode,
Command insert
save
the
and quit.
Saving it.
Okay. So by defaultly, in which mode you are in?
Command
Command
mode.
mode, sir.
So if you want to shift from command mode to the insert mode, then what is the
I,
command?
I,
Smaller.
Smaller.
Now, again, if you want to shift from insert mode to the command mode,
escape,
you want to save the data, then what is the command?
Colon W.
column W,
The save. So if you want to quit,
W.
Q.
Colon W.
column Q,
Q.
so if you want to do both at a time,
column
W.
WQ or X.
R column X.
now, if you want to copy a line,
YY.
YY,
5 lines.
5YY.
5YY,
So if you want to paste,
P.
P.
P,
now if you want to set the numbers to a lines, to your
Colon
column
set
set number,
number.
column
set number,
set. So if you want to go to the 10th line,
Colon 10.
column 10,
and 10. Right. So if you want to delete a line,
Colon DD.
DD,
DD, not colon DD. Okay, right. We need to give the DD only. So see here. So totally I am having only AWS file, but I want to open the GCP file. It is going to be work or not?
Yes, it will.
sir.
It will work. Okay, now so let's say I'm going to add this is all about VAM. Okay, now so I want to copy this line. So YY and then paste it here. So I'm going to paste it a number of times. So I want to set the number means set
Number,
so totally we are having 15 lines. Now if you want to delete, okay now. So in which line you want to delete? If you want to delete the 14th line, just try to place your cursor on the 14th and perform DD. So ultimately it is going to delete the 14th line. Okay now. So if you want to delete the 8th line, just try to place your cursor on 8th and then press DD. Ultimately it is going to delete. Clear for all of you now?
Sure.
Yes. Now, if you want to save the data, we are going to use colon X, right? So then hit enter. Done. Again, I'm going to open the VM at plus GCP. Now, I want to replace a word. Okay, now. So I'm having VM, right? Here also I'm having VM. Now I want to replace VM with GCP. We are going to use sed command. What is it? Sed. Okay, now. So the command syntax will be like this: colon percentage s. S is nothing but sed slash old name. Our old name is what? VM, right? Old name as well as new name. The name the word you want to replace. So I want to replace as GCP. So ultimately this is the command. Okay, now old name, new name. So see here, colon percentage s slash old name, VAM, new name, GCP. That's it. Hit enter. It was replaced. Clear for all of you now? So we have discussed so now. So like if you have any doubts over the session, guys, you can ask. We are having the Linux on tomorrow's class, day after tomorrow, and also we are going to start the Git. So up to now, if you have any doubts, you can ask.
Ma'am, how to log in killer code?
Killer code, huh? A second, just try to open any browser. Let's say I'm going to open this browser. So search for killer code. Or else I'm going to open the new one. See here in the browser, just try to search for killer. So the first link you will get, go on this one. So click on playgrounds. So just try to take the Ubuntu 24.04. So here you need to sign in. So just try to sign in with the Google. So then continue. So click on the two boxes. Then save. So you can start it. So you can touch AWS. Azure and I will not buy. So all are the same. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
So any alternative doubts? So before going to wind up the session, how was the session today?
Nice, sir.
So what about the others? Okay. So see guys, so our session is going to be like this only daily. Okay, now so from the day one to the till the end, our session is going to be the interactive session only. Okay, now you can ask your doubts at any point of time. And also without clarifying your doubts, I can't able to. Okay, now మీరు మైండ్ లో ఎటువంటి డౌట్స్ పెట్టుకోవద్దు. క్లాస్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు ఏ చిన్న డౌట్ వచ్చినా వెంటనే అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకొని అడగండి. మీరు మైండ్ లో ఒక డౌట్ పెట్టుకుంటారు, మీరు క్లాస్ చెప్తూ వెళ్ళిపోతూ ఉంటారు, మీ క్లాస్ ఇంకా స్ట్రక్ అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. ఆ రోజు ఆ డేనే పోతుంది. ఓకేనా? సో ఎప్పుడు కూడా నా దగ్గరనే కాదు, మీరు ఎక్కడ నేర్చుకున్నా కానీ, ఎవరి దగ్గర నేర్చుకున్నా కానీ ఇలానే నేర్చుకోండి. ఓకేనా? మైండ్ లో ఒక డౌట్ పెట్టుకొని ఇంకా ఆలోచన మొత్తం కూడా ఆ డౌట్ దగ్గరే ఉంటుంది అనమాట. సో అలా కాకుండా మీకు అన్మ్యూట్ ఆప్షన్ ఇస్తున్నాను కదా, సో ఎప్పుడు ఏ డౌట్ ఉన్నా కానీ అడగొచ్చు. ఆల్సో నేను క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ చేసే ముందు ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ క్లాస్లో ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా అని అడుగుతా. సో మీకు క్లాస్లో డౌట్స్ ఉంటే వెంటనే అడగండి. మీ డౌట్ క్లారిఫై అయిన తర్వాతే నేను నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్కి వెళ్తా. ఓకేనా? సో మీకు ఒకవేళ ఆ డౌట్ నాకు ఒక రోజు మొత్తం పట్టింది, పర్లేదు, ఆ క్లాస్ మొత్తం ఆ డౌటే చెప్పేసి నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ చెప్పుకుంటాం. ఓకేనా?
టుమారో క్లాస్ ఉందా?
సో టుమారోనా? సో బేసికల్లీ మనకి ఒకవేళ క్లాసెస్ స్టార్ట్ అయితే సాటర్డే అనేది ఆఫ్ అండి. సో
ఓకే,
మీకు కావాలంటే పెడతాం. సో నేను ఒకసారి అడ్మిన్ టీమ్ని అడుగుతాను. సో వాళ్ళు పెడతారంటే క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
సైలెంట్ ఉండి ఇప్పుడు కూడా సైలెంట్ గా ఉంటారా? మాట్లాడుతూ ఉంటే తెలుస్తూ ఉంటుంది కదా ఒకరికొకరు. సారీ,
Hello,
యా చెప్పండి అండి.
I don't know the Telugu, so can you get like 5 to 10 minutes Telugu class so I can understand it?
Yeah, we are going to cover in Telugu as well as English.
because I don't know Telugu, ma'am. So I want to learn. Telugu is very good language.
Yeah. ఇంకా ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా?
Hello, sir. I'm Rohit speaking. So, in this course, they mentioned about Terraform also. So, I was new to AWS actually. I have recently shifted my technology to AWS. Uh, means in company I was interchanged for one technology to another technology. So like that, I'm into AWS now currently. But they have asked me for this Kubernetes and Terraform. So initially they had assigned me for CI/CD pipelines only, Azure DevOps. But now they are asking to learn this. So I just want to understand. So you will be explaining these two topics also in the future sessions, or what kind of? I mean, it will be some project kind of explanation will be there. Like we'll be doing some project kind of thing in Terraform and Kubernetes. That I just want to understand.
We are going to do the project here. So actually, first we are going to learn about the Terraform, and later we need to do the project on the Terraform. And also, first I am going to cover the Kubernetes. Later, I am going to integrate the Kubernetes with CI/CD pipeline. Okay, now not only for the Kubernetes. If I cover the Docker, at the end, I am going to integrate the Docker with the CI/CD. So tool to tool, we are going to be integrating in the CI/CD. So at the end, you are going to learn 5 real-time projects in AWS as well as in Azure also.
Okay, sir. So the pipelines will be through Jenkins or Azure DevOps pipeline, sir.
Jenkins as well as Azure DevOps pipelines.
Okay. And the cloud technology which you are explaining is about AWS, and you will be talking about any GCP also, or only AWS you are covering? Hello.
Yeah, we are going to cover GCP as well.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's all from my side, sir. Yeah, thank you.
What about the others? So all are good? Yeah, so okay then, bye all. Have a nice day. Also, happy weekend.
Thank you, sir.
So let you know whether tomorrow class is there or not. So within the 1 hour only you will get to know that.
Okay, sir.
Okay then.
Oh.
Please stay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, sir.